Father Christmas, Santa Claus, Old Saint Nick. He goes by many names, but what was the story of Kris Kringle before he became the timeless icon for Christmas? As with the man himself, Santa Claus's history is shrouded with mystery, but St. Nicholas has some traceable origins as well as a history book worth of legends. Today, to get into the holiday spirit, let's talk about who the real St. Nick was before he became the magical Santa Claus.
3-minute flicks. Entertaining, educating, and enlightening.
St. Nicholas was a bishop, or a senior member of the Christian clergy, back in the 4th century and lived in a place known as Myra, otherwise known as Turkey today. As a little known fun fact, that's why we eat turkey on Christmas Day. Just kidding, please don't quote me on that. St. Nicholas became rich at a very young age when both of his parents unfortunately passed away and their fortunes were left to their only son. As a devout Christian, Nicholas believed that the best thing that he could do with his fortune is to spend it giving presents and money to the needy, the poor, and the sick. Nicholas became known through all of Myra for his generosity and his concern for those in need and his love for children. As such, many legends began to circle the man, and while we don't know which are true and which aren't, we can find the origins for a number of Christmas traditions through the history of this one man. One particularly notable story follows a poor man with 3 daughters who could not afford the necessities for a wedding, so his daughters were destined to never have a real marriage. They were a little bit stricter back then. Then one night, having heard of their struggles, Nicholas dropped a bag of gold down their chimney, and repeated this for 3 nights, dropping a bag of gold for the wedding of each daughter. And every single night, the gold would land in a stocking hung in front of the fireplace to dry after being washed. Because of his kindness, Bishop Nicholas became known as Saint Nicholas by all the children and adults throughout the land. And coincidentally, this is how we got our tradition for stockings in front of the fireplace. So how did Saint Nicholas become related to the modern-day Santa Claus? Well, as the centuries went by, the legends of Old Saint Nick fell to time. However, the first titles for the Christmas gift giver began to surge. Father Christmas, Old Man Christmas, Christkind, and Kris Kringle. Eventually, Dutch settlers in the USA began to find similarities between Father Christmas and the 4th century Saint Nick, and combined the names of Saint Nicholas and Kris Kringle into Sinterklaas, eventually into Santa Claus. We may never know how the old Saint Nick became the Santa Claus that we know today, and as with all unexplainable things, it may just end up being a dash of magic, but with a whole spoonful of Christmas spirit.
3-minute flicks. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We create new videos weekly.